Crazy, yo. Crazy, man. It's just too much, yo.
I'm still in the house, so it sucks for them.
Almost came to me. You're freaking close to me because you was like, whatever, cool. And I was like, nah, no.
You think that they can just tell me what to do?
Tyler and Christmas tried to hook me into their plan on getting rid of Nicole on a triple eviction. I fooled them. They thought that I was going to flip. And I didn't. And now they're on the block because of me. I'm playing this game. Meow, meow, sweet. And I'm making no enemies. I'm too good at this game, man. I'm too good. So we're looking good, yeah. But they came with me, though. Just lost in this game while I'm gonna fix it.
Awesome.
That's it, bro. That's it. I know. I never thought you would do that. Me neither, bro. Oh. It sucks. Oh, you out. You both out. The problem. Now I feel like I should have just phoned him out. Tyler's upset that he's on the block, and I'm like, yeah, no kidding. I am the reason why you're on the block. And I'm just playing dumb right now because there's a good chance he wins the Speedo. If he wins the Speedo, he can take himself off. Now I got him in his house knowing that, look, yo, I had your back no matter what. It's a mind game right now. If it gets me further in this game, I will lie to you right to your face. I don't care. Yeah, we don't ever go. Thank you. That's it. What's going on?
Just wanted to touch base.
Yeah. So, I respect it. I'm about it. So,
Sorry, I don't mean
no, it's all right.
I just wanted to make sure that you knew that, like, there's not, like, I'm not taking this personally,
Yeah, I'm
even
glad.
if I'm emotional.
Yeah.
It's just been a little bit of a hard 2 days. I'm not mad at you. I probably would have done the same thing.
Right.
I'm truly upset that Cody put me on the block, and I'm trying not to show it, but as it's coming out, like, we should let the tears come, leverage it a little bit to say. If he sees how upset I am, then I think that he'll see that Tyler is the real target and want to keep me around a little bit longer.
But going forward, I still want to stay and play this game.
I know you do.
And why am I so emotional?
I nominated Christmas, and now she comes up, and here come the waterworks.
I just really didn't want to cry.
And I don't want to be a jerk, but I really hope this doesn't go for too long, because this is... I think the whole thing just kind of was a nightmare. I'm sorry to do this to you.
It's like I just squish my face and liquid comes out.
I feel horrible that Christmas feels horrible, but her crying changes nothing. You went for a big move, and it landed you on the block, and so you did this to yourself.
I don't know, some of this can be repaired by the end of the week.
Yeah.
I wanted to like let you know I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this personally.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'm Cody's target this week, but there is a lot of games to be played, and this is my week to fight hard. There's a veto to be played, and I gotta give it my all. known of me until I found out what it actually was. Dust might matter? Dead skin cells? Wow. So now I ground my super heavy to these super investors. Dust extends to 6 feet to reach way up high to grab, trap, and lock away gross dust. For dust on my floors, I switch to sweeper. The heavy duty claws reach deep and reach to grab, trap, and lock dust bunnies no matter where they hide. No more heebie-jeebies. Glad I stopped cleaning and started swippering. Does cleansing drink the life out of your skin? Try Garnier Micellar Water Rinse. With rose water and micellar that work like a magnet to gently cleanse and remove oils and makeup. And now even hydrate skin. It's cleansing reinvented. Micellar Waters by Garnier, naturally.
Is it too early to start celebrating Halloween? Well, if you're celebrating by eating Reese's, then no. You're actually late. Not sorry, Reese's. Hey, allergy muddlers. It's happening. Do your sneezes turn heads? Try Zyrtec. It starts working hard at hour 1 and works twice as hard when you take it again the next day. Zyrtec, muddle no more.
Welcome to intelligent indoor grilling with the Ninja Beauty Smart XL Grill. Just pick your protein, select your doneness, and let the grill monitor your food. It also turns into an air fryer. Bring outdoor grilling flavors indoors with a grill that grills for you.
Come to the top of the mountain. Need to go on a vacation? Don't let four walls keep you from the adventure of a lifetime.
That's how you make it.
The world awaits on The Amazing Race. New season next Wednesday at 9, 8 central on CBS.
How about this? Silicon Valley's Thomas Middleditch and Tony winner Annalie Ashford in a new original series from Emmy winner Chuck Lorre. Be Positive, coming soon to CBS. Like last time, I felt like I should stay here. I was staying here. Like I'm so used to it. I'm so scared to get out the road. I was staying here. I think like last time my mom was like she was getting interviewed about like the local news. Like I'm not hometown, I'm going crazy. Did your mom? Someone said your dad passed. Did your mom get married? She did. Yeah. My dad passed when I was 15. Really? Mm-hmm. And my parents, like they got remarried before he passed. Gosh, that's a different element for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, I just remember that being like insane. Like I don't even. I never processed it until like I had a kid. I don't think any kid can process it.
Yeah. My father wasn't around for the majority of my life, but then came into my life and then died a year later, and it was very tough to process because you don't know what they feel towards you. I processed that grief when I had my son, basically 20 years later. You don't understand what unconditional love is until you have a son or a daughter.
I think about like I don't know. I always think about like what he would think about. About this? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What are you doing? My dad watched the show. I remember watching it with him. Like, really? That's cool. Yeah. I remember watching it with him when I was a kid. I knew that's why I knew what they thought it was. My dad was a fan of this show, and it drove me to want to be on this show and want to do so well. And like, little did I know, dang it! Little did I know that it would change everything. Oh. This is like a connection I have with my dad, even though he's not here anymore. I owe it to him, and I owe it to Angela, and I owe it to myself, so I do whatever I can possibly do to stay in this house and get that win that I have wanted so bad. Which is crazy to think about that. Yeah.
have no idea about my final two with Cody, and the final three with Cody ended. So ultimately, I'm not going to be the replacement. But I am going to come to this veto because I want to keep the noms the same, and I definitely want to send Tyler back.
I still even more so gotta see the focus why the kid that I know the life
I know on Christmas and I out to dry, but he did not vote Nicole out of this house. He's got him on only option left. Play this veto, so I'm going balls to the wall towards that done. So, we had 6 first of all. Oh, and Cody, Cole, and Christmas. Since we won, since we won, the plan was last week to come. It was supposed to be on the third term. But then that same person lights and buttons ass. That's why I'm on the block. I didn't shoot the shot at you when you were 18. So did Cody actually want me to target Enzo during the trip? Definitely not. But my goal here is actually to let Enzo know about the committee, the huge alliance that has been going on behind his back for the entire season. If it wasn't for me during that triple, he'd be out. Even though it's not true, I need him to have that fear in him so he comes to this veto and use it on me if he wins. He's never told me about it. It's really easy, though. That's what I'm saying. I can't in my head, dude.
Wait, what? How many people? Who's in this alliance? My God. I already know about this. Vance, Tyler, and my boy Cody already told me about this, man.
There's another alliance. To Memphis, Christmas, Danny, Tyler, Cole, and me.
Tyler's doing too much right now. It comes off like a huge car salesman. I see that desperation in his face. I'm just not buying it, man. What Tyler's know is me and Cody are the so everything grows from us. We are the most solid pair in this house. Nice try, Tyler. I don't think Cody's coming in. Trust me.
I think he's going to get you on it. You know, it's your family, yeah. That's why you need to use it on you. That's all you need. You know, I'm not saying nothing about this. I'm not saying I know that. You know, it's crazy, bro. We gotta just go back to the hero, Alexander.
Yes, Tyler, I am going to go for this veto. But it's not to save you, man. It's just not. You're a liar, bro. You know, I can't trust that moving forward with you. Tyler, you don't win this veto, man. There's a good chance that this is it, bro. It's all right.
Oh, you gotta go for it. Okay. You gotta go for it.
I am so excited to join WW because my ultimate goal is to be healthier. When you take care of yourself, you feel better. You thrive, you do more. The time is now. Let's go. Join now and don't hold until 2020.
This coffee smells great. Well, that's because the new Keurig K-Sweet Cream Plus brewer with multi-stream technology saturates the ground more evenly to extract more flavor out of rhythm. It tastes amazing. It's like multi-stream technology. It's really good. Welcome to Denim America with Fits for the Whole Fan, only at OldNavyOldNavy.com. 1, 2, 3. As a cement mason, I use the Delft bar because I work with a lot of dust and dirt. Just washing the dirt and the grime off and just bringing you back to you. Feel the that's a Delft bar. Done. Cleans effectively, guarantee
journalist is to report about what our government is doing. The Supreme Court is at the center of a monumental battle. I feel an incredible responsibility. We have to make sure that we're right, that we're fair. The president said he wants this done before election day. Can it be done and bring Americans a greater understanding, but also hopefully bring Americans closer together? That's why I wanted to become a journalist.
Hey everyone, it's time for the veto competition. Get ready. Paula will tell you when it's your turn to compete.
In this competition, your goal is to arrange their photos from the game in chronological order. Here's how it works. Hit your button to start the clock, then begin removing photos from the cabinet, placing them on stands. You may have up to 2 photos in your possession at a time. Look for clues in each photo to determine the chronological order the photos were taken. When you think you have the photos arranged in the correct order, hit the button to lock in your time. If you are incorrect, you'll hear boos from the crowd and must figure out where you went wrong. If correct, you'll hear the crowd cheer and your clock will stop. The player who places all photos in the correct order in the shortest amount of time will win the golden power of veto. If you fail to complete the competition in 25 minutes, you'll receive a max out time of 25 minutes. Are you ready to play Snapshot Shuffle? Yes! I am. I'm ready to give it my all this veto competition. It's been 60 days and I've won nothing. Sounds really pathetic. I need to win, not only to get the W, but because I want Tyler and Christmas to stay on the block this week. Oh my god, these are so hard! In this competition, we have to put 10 pictures of the official house guest in chronological order, based on clues seen in the photos. The house guest who does this in the fastest time will win the golden power of veto. What is going on? Okay. I'm looking at all these pics and I'm trying to figure out what's different. I'm supposed to put it in order, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at. And then it hits me. It's the food in their hands and the subtle details in their clothes. 3 scoops of ice cream. Nicole has 3 ice cream scoops in her cone, and then it goes to, ice cream flying out of her cone. Next thing you know, she has a baseball in her cone. And so you just have to kind of make the story make sense. This looks like before the game, right? I'm grabbing this picture in a green frame. It looks like it was taken before the baseball game started, and everyone has just gotten their snacks. Chaser has a full drink, Bailey has a full hot dog, and Nicole has a full ice cream cone. So this is before the game. So I'm going to place it in the first position. And I'm going to leave the one with the purple frame where it is because Bailey's hot dog has a white ticket out of it. Okay, take a deep breath. She's still got 3 scoops. She's got mustard on her shirt. Janelle has the mustard and ketchup stain on her shirt, and she looks mad. I've seen that face quite often. I have experienced it, and it's been towards me. Ice cream, full hot dog, a little more of a hot dog. So it's before that one. So his glass is completely empty, and her glass is completely empty. Chaser's cup's empty, and Keisha's is empty, so I know that this photo
want to win this dude out really badly. But more importantly, I just want to make sure Tyler doesn't. My strategy is to focus on one item at a time. First thing I noticed is Devon and her popcorn box. So I'm putting all those pictures together. So the last one, obviously, that would be the hippie one with it on her head. And the first one would be the one with her holding the full bucket of popcorn. The hardest part about this competition is basically dissecting each photo. Once you start eyeballing one kind of item, you want to put that in chronological order, but they overlap so much, it makes it very difficult. I noticed that Keisha had a full bear in one picture, and then a hippie one in the other. So I need to switch this and get it in the chronological order. I'm looking at the photos of Devon and her popcorn, and I'm realizing something's off. So one photo, she's filling the popcorn, and the other photo is completely full and perfect. So I need a flip flop. My boy Cody's being great. I feel pretty safe. But I still wanted to paint this POV in this competition just to show us what I'm trying to help you out Cody because I'm just safe. My strategy is I just want to look at him real quick just to get a sense of what this competition is about. I'm breaking these sticks down and placing them in order. The first couple of ones look like they're in a parking lot having a barbecue. That's creepy. That's creepy. The next couple look like they're walking onto the field. This guy's running on the field. That idiot's running on the field. And the last couple of pictures look like they're in the stands enjoying the game. So this has got to be here. Chronologically, that's what makes sense. I don't know, man. This has to be towards the end. They're at the game. You see the scoreboard. You're here at the game. That's going to be during the game. I don't know what is going on. They're at the game. What do you want me to think? That they're not at the game? Ooh. Of course it's all. Like I suck. Ooh, I know. I have no idea what the hell this is. I know I suck, yo. I know. I'm with you on this. This is definitely wrong. It's a drink. He has got a broken finger somewhere. It sounds like the Losers Lounge at their room. Get me out of here, yo. I played every veto this season besides one. This one is hands down the most important because my back is against the wall. It's final six. I need to win this thing. My strategy here is taking out every picture from the cabinet, putting them up on the stand so I can get a better view, and then I'm going to start rearranging this. I don't even know what the hard part about this competition is because everything is hard. I do not understand. I see an empty beer glass over here and a full one over there, and then it spills. Ian's finger's broken, and now Janelle's mad. There's an alligator, and there's a guy streaky. broken, still has full popcorn.
I desperately need the mosquito. I'm not sure if I'm a target or not, but I'm sure as hell not going home. 30 more seconds. She's got her ice cream. She's got her ice cream. Oh, this one. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. Let me hit that button. Bring it, buzz it, Christmas. Okay. There's so many little differences in these photos that it's easy to get stuck on. But I have to make sure that doesn't distract me. Time is going quickly, and I need to figure out this puzzle as fast as possible. She's eating a freaking hot dog. That's hilarious. I've hit my button a few times, and I'm finally narrowing it down to the third, fourth, and fifth picture, but I just can't figure out what's going on. Oh my God, I finally see it. It's Keisha's beer. I gave everything in this competition. I sprinted to the buzzer every single time. I ran from picture to picture. I'm really hoping that I won this. I am not ready for my big battle fight to be over. I don't know how I could have done any better. Beer for those who love to discover, who know an open mind is the only kind. Who don't need to travel to find something new. Who know where to escape, even just for a moment. You don't need a fortune to find a gem. And you know when you spend less, you can discover even more. And never, ever stop discovering. Spend less, discover more. At TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. These days, everyone expects you to like everything positive. But with my depression, it's hard to keep up this brave face, hiding symptoms. Even though I'm taking my antidepressant, I still feel depressed. Many people taking antidepressants still experience symptoms. When added to an antidepressant, Rexulti is proven to reduce depression symptoms 62% more than the antidepressant alone. So you can stay on your current treatment and help build on your progress.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and worsen depression in those under 25. Call your doctor if you have fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which may signal a life-threatening condition, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Increased cholesterol, weight gain, high blood sugar, decreased white blood cells, compulsive behaviors, dizziness, seizures, trouble swallowing may occur.
Now when I say good times, I mean it.
Ask your doctor about adding Rexulti. Now, our savings card offers benefits for Rexulti and your generic antidepressant. Likely it has more flavor with fewer calories. Average ranch dressing has about 130 calories per serving. A healthy choice of color dressings are made with veggies, herbs, spices, and less oil. Delicious. Top one healthy choice with another.
Frankie's Sleep and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum. This is a new drug. It does keep that frizz away. It's not going to get it out. It's also that nice Frankie's Sleep and Shine. No wonder it's #1 by buying it naturally.
CBS News brings you the vice presidential debate tonight. The 2020 election season is in full swing as candidates battle to win your vote during an extraordinary election year. WBTV is on your side with the area's most trusted news team. With the latest updates, the most accurate results. Your home for campaign 2020 is WBTV.
Whether you watch before bed during your 24-hour shift or getting ready for tomorrow, at 11 o'clock, WBTV is telling your stories. Because news is real life, and you trust us to get it right. There's a lot of ways to report news, but nobody doesn't like WBTV News at 11.
I'm Tom Tillis, and I approve this message.
Conservative leader Tony Barrett is up for the Supreme Court. Tony Barrett does not belong on the court. Democrat leader Chuck Schumer. We can stop this nomination. Schumer spending $80 million to elect Al Cunningham. Cunningham will help Schumer raise taxes. Actually, corporate liberals defund the police. Once we win the majority, I'm willing. Everything is on the table. A vote for Cal Cunningham is a vote for radically liberal government. Is that what you want? Reliable energy is important to all of us. And at Duke Energy, we're working around the clock to deliver it. We're using smart meter technology to respond even quicker if the power goes out. Introducing innovation that automatically detects
Your certified most accurate forecast right here tomorrow morning.
We are live after the vice presidential debate. Pence versus Harris. Wait a second. Mike Pence is going to be alone with a woman? Does Mother know?
Cool Pickles live after the debate with Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
It's going to be the most exciting thing since sliced bread.
Come on.
Which is the Secret Service's nickname for Mike Pence.
Tonight on CBS.
Missed an episode of Big Brother I'm at the Top Secret? Download the free CBS app in the App Store to catch up anytime.
You know, you want to watch. All right, let's see how everybody did at Snapshot Shuffle. Christmas finished with a time of 12 minutes and 4 seconds. Let's see if Enzo beat Christmas's time of 12 minutes and 4 seconds. Enzo, you finished with a time of 25 minutes.
My time was a big pile of. I never figured out the solution to this puzzle, and my time maxed out this competition. I got to get my head in the game a little bit more and start playing harder.
That means Christmas. You're still in the lead. Tyler, you finished with a time of 25 minutes.
What? Tyler timed out? I am shocked. Shocked.
I finished with a time of 4 minutes and 57 seconds.
I'm disappointed in myself. I'm a calm beast, and I feel frustrated that I was ready for some redemption.
That means I'm currently in the lead. Nicole, you finished with a time of 7 minutes and 11 seconds. All right, that means it comes down to me and Memphis. Memphis, you'll need to beat my time of 4 minutes and 57 seconds if you want to take on the Golden Power veto. Memphis, you finished with a time of 8 minutes and 16 seconds. That means I am the winner of the Golden Power veto. I am super excited to have won the veto this week. I had 3 situations. This is my third veto, and I'm so nervous that I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to that $500,000.
I'm completely devastated that Cody won the beat out because I like to make sure that I'm in charge of my own life. This could be the end of my game in this house.
Cody wins the veto. Tim H2H made nominations, and I don't expect them to change. That sucks. So I'm feeling pretty down right now. Not gonna lie. It is what it is. That's it.
That was my worst time, so we're all gonna have
Okay. Boy, it is what it is.
especially with so few people.
Yeah.
Damn, Cody's on the radio. Yo.
I know. And like, I don't know.
He's not going to use it.
Well, of course not. But like, now that I know that the noms will be locked, like I don't know who he's leaning towards wanting to have out. I play pretty straight up, which can be a problem sometimes, and he doesn't. He's got freaking bags of shade everywhere. Well, you have any questions? Let me know, but I promise you he'll never have friends off me.
I'll never tell you. Already talking about this, that, throwing Tyler on the bus about this, and that. Before the count, Tyler came clean after committing the veto. Tyler. He was he's upset. He put me on block. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, if I win the veto, he's gonna put you up. And this is that. Bro,
During that Tyler explained
opposed the committee and trying to convince Enzo that I'm going after him is not cool. It's clear that Tyler's trying to do everything he can to stay in the house, but clearly he doesn't realize how close I am with Enzo and that he tells me everything. I wasn't targeting Tyler before, but now he's starting to give me a pretty good reason. What is Tyler doing? I'm so upset, though.
Not much. How about you? Are you answering my text in person? I am, yeah. LOL, come on in.
This is tech that helps you get any Ultimate now offering the most tech advancements in its class.
With your all the difference is clear. Clear enough so you can see all natural ingredients right inside. Trust me, there's nothing behind. Simple, honest and simple.
Our Chevrolet Tire Guide finds the perfect tire for you based on your driving habits. So simple, it's genius. Find out more at discounttire.com.
Okay, I'm on. Put me on a piece of that kitty cat bomb. There he is, the Batman Tony Hawk.
Tonight on CBS. I had to move to an apartment so my family would be okay if I got infected. That's hard. Working 12-hour shifts trying to keep COVID patients alive. Two of them doing it health insurance. Tom Phillips had a chance to expand Medicaid for $500,000 trillion. But he put it down. Beating this virus is hard enough. Having to do it without health coverage because of Tom Phillips, that's unforgivable.
President Donald J. Trump delivered on the impossible in his first term, and in his second term, he will continue to fight for you. President Trump will end our reliance on China, eradicate the coronavirus, and make our medicines and supplies here in the United States. Create 10 million jobs in the next 10 months. This is President Trump's vision for America, one of boundless optimism and certainty in America's greatness. I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
500,000 North Carolinians. That's how many of our neighbors are being denied health insurance. Veterans, essential workers, people laid off during the pandemic. As governor, I'm determined to expand Medicaid like 39 other states have already done, including Indiana when Mike Pence was governor. And Forrest is okay leaving 500,000 people behind in the middle of a pandemic. I'm not. We have to do better in North Carolina. WBTV First Alert Weather has your certified most accurate forecast. Division by the snow. Against Jackson's Ravens. The NFC East Coast hotel where the Giants clashed with the Cowboys. And NFL is on CBS.
Time to hang out with some old friends. Project, whatever. The CBS Sunday Night Movies on CBS.
Can't get enough of Big Brother All-Stars? Go inside the house with the live feeds only on CBS All Access. Head to cbs.com/BBLF to try it free.
Where does the term in-law and sister-in-law come from? And loo means loo, which is bathroom. Loo. Loo for loophole. And then find a loophole, sister, and have loophole. And then you can see my fam. You can put your money through that back there. You don't want your money on them. You don't want your
Cody and Enzo are hilarious, but when they're together, you're just kind of like, oh my gosh. They just feed off of each other.
You can go on your money, or the laundromat, and that's where she met my brother, and then boom, that's it.
That's it. Perfect. Sister-in-law. So now you know that.
They just go on these little like rants. It's absolutely ridiculous. Romance, showmance right there. That means in law because marriage is law.
Oh, sister-in-law. Like in law.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
This ghost town house. I'm still taking it all in like my last week. I don't know, man. I just like, I've been so defeated. I just feel like I'm for sure going. If you don't use it on me, I'm going. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
I'm just trying to run through like what the scenario like. If Christmas stays, Memphis and Christmas are both being up like you and Nicole. I'd say so. But last day, I'm not going to do ever.
Yeah.
Because you're my
Yeah.
My big brother life is on the line right now. I need Cody to stay with me because I'm going to go home if he doesn't. Memphis can do every single thing. Anything in his life. He won questions. He won puzzles. He won endurance. He can do everything. And we have a chance to get him on the answer to him.
Yeah.
So if Cody decides to use that veto on me and save me, you wouldn't put up Nicole. You wouldn't put up Enzo. So I'm thinking Memphis would be the only option for him to throw up there. From there, we can hold out whoever he wants. I don't care. As long as it's not me sitting on that block, that is my only goal right now. And then we can get the finals. We don't even need the finals. That's because somebody that easily because he knows that there isn't right in my motion.
Right.
And he thought he was supposed to be the head of Christmas because he thinks he can be very easy. And I was just saying, go, you're hung up to dry from Christmas and Memphis.
I don't like you, John.
I know, but I was saying,
You're going to say,
yeah.
yeah.
It's very difficult at this point in the game to know who you really can trust. Tyler definitely when he told Enzo that Tyler came off the block, I would put up Enzo and target Enzo. But on the other hand, Memphis going and forming a version of the wise guys without me in it is extremely frustrating. But what I cannot do is base my decisions off how these things make me feel emotionally. I have to be strategic because it's so close to the end. Like, if I make a wrong move and it costs me doing the final, then I don't know if I'll be able to get that down. I have to be paranoid. I'm just saying, and true though, am I involved? I'm not just trying to compare with my trust you. Yeah. I'm sure you can see why I'm sketched out. Yeah. This mobile scan go, get in and get out. So you can get back to it.
Just concentrate on life out of your skin. Try Guardian Lifestyle Wireless. With rose water and license that opens up magic to gently cleanse and remove oils and makeup. It drowns and hydrates skin and gets cleansing free renders. Lifestyle waters by Guardian, naturally.
These are real people, not actors, who've got their eczema under control. With less eczema, you can show more skin. So roll out those sleeves and help heal your skin from within with Dupixent. Dupixent is the first treatment of its kind that continuously treats moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis, even between flare-ups. Dupixent is a biologic and not a cream or steroid. Many people taking Dupixent saw clear
almost clear skin and has significantly less age. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. So help heal your skin from within and talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent. If your financial situation has changed, we may be able to help.
Home is where we can make a different personal creation every night of the week. Look at all those possibilities. So fluffy, so flaky, so versatile. Pillsbury Crescent Rolls. The Shark's Backmount combines powerful suction with spray mop to lock away debris and absorb wet messes. All in one disposable pad. Just vacuum, spray mop, and toss. The Shark Backmount, a complete clean, all-in-one disposable pad. The vice president is the closest advisor to the president, one of the most powerful politicians in America. Sometimes they even go on to make history. This is why you don't want to miss the 2020 vice presidential debate.
Donald Donald, ALK, John Dickerson, CBS News coverage of the 2020 vice presidential debate. Next.
We are live after the vice presidential debate. The winner may not be clear, but Mike Pence is almost translucent.
Oh, there goes live tonight. Hey guys, stop the video. This is the video. Tyler and Christmas have been nominated for eviction, but I have the power to veto one of the nominations. I have decided not to use the power veto. This veto meeting is adjourned. My mom's in law, and there are great reasons to send either Tyler or Christmas home. So we're just gonna have to see how this week plays out. But either way, I'm sending one of these people to the jury, and that puts me one step closer to $500,000.
Surprise! I'm still on the block. I feel pretty confident that I'm going to stay, but I still have to go and do the work that is required for me to stay. It's my son's second birthday on Thursday, and there is no way that I'm getting evicted on that day. I refuse for it to happen, and it's not gonna.
I got Tyler and Christmas on that block. At least one of them's getting out of here. I am best friends with pretty much everyone in this house, but behind the scenes, I'm as smooth as they come. If I could take a stab at you, I will. I want to take everybody out and get to the final two already. Honestly, if I was these people, I would definitely vote me out. But not over yet. I have convinced the people in my Big Brother career to do some crazy stuff, and you being in this house right now might be the craziest of all. So, folks, let's get crazy. Let's get Tyler in the house.
Was the night before eviction, and this is no lie. Someone's game is over. Either Christmas or time. Find out who goes to jury next tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central on Big Brother.
I need my privacy. Oh, that's cute. There's no such thing as privacy from your mother. I made you. Your life is my life. I am you. And I am her. So I must for you. You don't need to manage your own team.
Plenty of time. Starts Monday at 9 Central on CBS.
Salt Lake City.
Vice President Mike Pence,
We have a chance to choose a better future.
Senator Kamala Harris,
We failed to protect the American people.
President Donald Trump's actions saved untold American lives.
We are here fighting for the soul of our nation.
The choice in this election is whether America remains America.
They know we hope things change.
Is on.
the Vice Presidential Debate.
Good evening, I'm Ronald Dahl in the nation's capital with John Dickerson and Gail King, and we are moments away from the one and only vice presidential debate. You are looking at live pictures from inside the debate hall in Salt Lake City. Let's talk about the state of the race. There is new polling that shows Joe Biden expanding his national lead. And in the battlegrounds, Biden has a sizable lead in Pennsylvania, ahead in Iowa and Wisconsin, and tied with President Trump in Ohio. Vice President Mike Pence and Democratic Senator Kamala Harris arrived a short time ago, and this would be the most consequential vice presidential debate ever. A reminder, both candidates at the top of the ticket would be the oldest president in history. President Trump, as you know, who's being treated for coronavirus and potentially still contagious, was in the Oval Office today, just days after being released from the hospital. Pence and Harris have both tested negative, and even before they take the stage, there is a clear divide literally between them. They will be separated by plexiglass and seated 12 feet apart instead of the normal 6. The Commission on Presidential Debate says everyone, besides Pence, Harris, and the moderator, that's Susan Page, must wear a mask, and this time they are very serious.
Now, no one expects a repeat of the free-for-all that we witnessed at the presidential debate. It's not in the nature of either candidate. The vice president has done this once before. Senator Harris has not. But the first black and Asian American woman to run for vice president is a former prosecutor, and she delivered pointed attacks on Joe Biden at Democrats' early debates.
This is going to be quite a debate, and there's no doubt about it. Let's bring in CS's Nicole Killing. She's inside the debate hall in Salt Lake City and has been talking to representatives from each campaign. Good evening, Nicole. Everybody, good evening to you, Nora. Senator Harris has been here for days preparing with close aides. Her chief of staff tells me that her main goal tonight is to speak directly to the American people and contrast what the Biden campaign would do compared to the current administration. Expect her to use her prosecutor help to go after the vice president, especially on the pandemic. Don't forget, it was her team that insisted on these plexiglass barriers. All right, Nicole Killian, thank you. Also want to read CBS's Paula Reed. She's quarantining at home after she was potentially exposed to COVID while covering the White House. Good to see you, Paula, and tell us what you know about the Trump-Pence campaign. Well, CBS News has learned that the vice president has participated in 3 90-minute sessions. Added tonight, he spoke along with former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who has played the role of Senator Harris. These sessions have focused quite a bit on how to defend the administration's handling of coronavirus. The vice president, of course, heads up the task force, but most voters do not think it's gone very well. Nora? All right, Paula Reed, thank you. The debate is about to begin, and no doubt, coronavirus will be the center. Let's bring in the moderator from the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Welcome to the first and only vice presidential debate of 2020, sponsored by the Nonpartisan Commission on Presidential Debates. I'm Susan Page of USA Today. It is my honor to moderate this debate, an important part of our democracy. In Kingsbury Hall tonight, we have a...
That's a little bit tricky. I want to back up.
Okay, I'm in. You too.
And we have it. Listen up. Back here. tell you how far it's going. Drop into the cover. Just need 2 counts to get able to kick out. This is where he's at absolute best. When he's in control, when he's going, slowing the pace down. Brought a right hand to the side of the face again. Kushida looked Master Champ been a painful example on the Jake Atlas recently spent. What do you believe the mindset is of the former NXT champion?
He's got television. Every day is about recreating quality. He wants to climb those ranks and get back in competition for the NXT championship.
Kushida started to fire back. Kushida letting it all go again, much like we've seen over the last several weeks. As Kushida right back in on top of Champ. Right between the eyes. Kushida now tries to a lot of torque on that Irish whip. Here's the deal with Champ. He is very much like Walker.
Doctor's in.
Hey, Doc, does vaping really make you more likely to get COVID?
Well, we don't have all the science on COVID-19. What we do know is that vaping can damage the lung and weaken your overall immune system. The best defense against COVID-19 is social distancing and strong immune system. So medically, I skip the vape.
New to the breakfast battle, chocolatey light cereal. 24 grams of whole grains and chocolatey victory. Mikey likes it.
At Stanley Steamer, we believe that a clean space is the first step toward a better life. We're the ones you can trust, innovating, evolving, growing with our customers for over 70 years. We want you to feel proud and safe in your space.
Artists present prime rib. Oh yeah. We took tender prime rib, char-broiled Angus beef, and melted cheddar cheese sauce, and piled them all together. But we didn't stop there. We also took tender prime rib, put it on a fresh baked biscuit, and topped it with a fried egg and melted Swiss. Why? Because we can. Get a taste of the new fried rib menu from Carlos Jr. and Hardee's. Feast. You're happy.
My turn. It shows up at the end of the year. Coffee made seasonal flavors.
And who makes the season?
Peppermint mocha,
It's related to nature.
pumpkin spice.
It's gonna be a lot.
Try Coffee Mate seasonal flavors. Coffee's perfect holiday mate. Thick like homemade, no way around it. Pringles so good, big fries were crowded. Your sauce is really thin, how it tastes like good. When you're in my house, you pour it on.
That's
I love good. The thin sweet bite to get in the Oreo things.
How long will it run? Next round on me.
I love this view.
I love it every time it's commercialized. I get to drink another without you.
baby number 213. 1, 2, 3.
We're 15.
It is pandemonium.
Oh,
Live here on NXT, the Campbell Wrestling Center, a first-time matchup between Tommaso Ciampa and Kushida.
stealing the act. You can feel the rage coming out of Kushida, who is relentless now, Ben, stomping away on Tampa.
I love this field. I like it every time it's commercial. I get to drink another without you.
Hey, you know in the 1800s catch up with medicine? Did you know cricket has nationwide 5G? Oh, that's surprising. But true. And now I also know that in the 19th century, you would have been a picture of health.
Surprising, but true. Cricket has nationwide 5G.
This right here is the papadilla, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Latin for better than a sandwich. Even has a better pickle. Papadillas for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
My job is to help new homeowners who are trying to do their parents.
I'm having a big lunch and then just a snack for
So
dinner.
we're using a speakerphone in the store. Is that a good idea? One of the ways I do that is to get them out of the home. You're looking for a brow brush. Did he ask for your help? No. We all see it. We all see it.
Here's the lawyer. Okay. Blue Progressive can protect you from becoming your parents, but we can't protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
You don't know.
Maybe the future of beer isn't so futuristic after all. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold, organic by nature. You haven't had our coffee yet. You haven't had your coffee yet. Dunkin' hot and iced coffee, just the way you like it. And made to make your day. Order it on the app. America runs on Dunkin'. Sensitive skin? Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream with 24-hour moisture lock formula gives continuous soothing relief for dry, sensitive skin. Cetaphil skin is healthy skin.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
No matter how early you're up or how late you're running, when you start your day in Speedway, we've got what you need to have a good morning. We've got it hot. We've got it cold. We've got it sprinkled. We've got it ready. We're here to make your morning a little better. Because when you get off to a better start, you go on to a better day. Now at Speedway, get any size coffee for just 99 cents.
Why are you giving that place? Only time will tell. No, no matter what, we'll get it together, okay? Yeah, me too, happy.
That's just how it looks.
We are live and Ember Moon is ready to address the NXT universe.
You know what, guys? Thank you. And to be honest, if we're amongst friends here, I'm a little shocked that he let me talk on the mic tonight. It's been a while. But in all seriousness, it's been a while. I have been in isolation for 14 long, hard months. Yeah, it sucks. It really does stress me. But I'm back, and I see a lot of things have changed here. I know this. I took my bike. I drove on the long, long road, miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And I found clarity. I found, and as corny as it sounds, I found a thing called Ember's Law. All right? Now, I know I said it was corny, all right? So, basically, no one's going to walk over me. Nobody's going to tell me what to do because I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm Ember Moon, damn it. But I do know one thing staying absolutely the same. And that's Mama wants the gold, baby. Because I want that.
When you want gold, there is the NXT Women's Champion, Io Shirai, who has said the NXT Women's Division is hers and only hers. That's what it showed us. These two women at NXT TakeOver 31 when Ember Moon shot them both.
Yeah, I definitely think there's potential right here between these two women. Trailblazers, groundbreakers, as far as any competition. What two female athletes?
You talk about wearing gold. Here comes a former NXT Women's Champion and NXT Women's Champion.
I want to bring you right to them, brother. And I guess you knew the time the time was started.
Because it's Thomas and Dakota Kai. We know how much these two women have had up for this. Ladies, it looks like you want surprise. So tonight we can do that. You will face you in a tag match. In the main event. Our general manager, Mr. William Reed, has been a busy day tonight. Wow, these ladies are going to be blind. Let's take it right now. Early on today.
do not get laid over. With the best Jesus, you find that you, me, tonight, in a town match. Bridget, it's you and me against everyone. Right here tonight at NXT. What did you do the hard for? We're a team. So funny. It's gonna be great. Wait till the entrance music. It's an understatement.
Order the duty sergeant major. Nice.
Watch me launch your favorite universe.
Drop a little bit. Is there a clue?
What kind of friend are you?
Fish roll, yeah, risotto, buffalo, gelato, cheesecake, real steak, clam bake, ooh, milkshake, Brussels sprout, sauerkraut, fresh caught trout, alfalfa sprout, curry, fried turkey, mixed flurry, Texas turkey, chimichurri. Get it? Sour ham, blackberry jam, razzle lamb, candy yams, pokies, smokies, gnocchis, and an amazing ravioli. We are America's Kitchen. DoorDash, every flavor welcome.
Your heels cracked right. How smooth. Yours too. I just started using Carousel Intensive Foot Repair too.
Carousel exfoliates and repairs with visible results in just one day.
Carousel made it so soft. Let's go barefoot.
Carousel, see the one-day difference.
We did it!
Wherever you start, SNHU is where you can finish. Finish your degree at snhu.edu.
Life has changed. If you need the flexibility of rent-to-own for appliances, electronics, or computers, shop@Aaron's.com, where we're always open. Or discover your leasing power and apply at Aaron's.com. Then shop in store with the confidence that you're already approved. Aaron's, we make it easy. Welcome to the Quaker Breakfast Table, where you listen, laugh, and dig in. Where new normals are created, where spontaneity leads to new traditions, and where we watch them grow up. Here, there's a seat for everyone, and delicious whole grain goodness to enjoy. Your way. So let's grab life by the spoon, cup, or bowl, and nourish it together. Quaker Oats. Good starts
I'm
here.
not getting my stuff off my ring.
Meticulous preparation is the key to elegant dining. What's wider? I use Rakuten to get cash back in store and online. Rakuten is free to sign up and it's in over 3,000 stores. I use it to buy makeup, travel, clothes, electronics.
To me, Rakuten is a great way to get cash back.
Sign up today, get cash back at Rakuten. The DQ Chicken Store basket, now in house-making Belly Ranch, is a ranch dream come true. You dream of juicy strips, all of this, and house-made ranch. So follow your ranch dreams to DQ. Happy taste good. This is my book.
Medium dry.
Right? That's the best.
matter what it's titled, but what a championship match it was. And NXT TakeOver 31 between Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly. But it's what happened after the matchup where Rich Holland would appear and would dump the beaten body of Adam Cole over the barricade. Right in front of Kyle O'Reilly and the rest of the Undisputed Era. I mean, Adam Cole was torn apart by Rich Holland. And the question has been, why? And this is a moment that left more questions than answers this past Sunday on NXT TakeOver 31. And Adam Cole has been silent until now.
You know, I said a couple of weeks ago, best with the Undisputed Era, we will make you think. That's clearly Rich Holland being at that level. Because Sunday was not the best. Words, guys. I'm going to
Come on, Kyle. Don't be hard on yourself. Performance of a lifetime.
Right. Kyle, listen to this. Okay, you have nothing. Nothing, guys. I appreciate it. Right. Is Rich? I have no idea what you did. Truth be told, I don't care. Because Rich, you broke my ribs, and now you are a dead man. And that is undisputed.
These laser focus on one man named Rich Holland, but here comes the duo being analyzed. We're going to big win here tonight on NXT. Billy Dane reached out for a tag. Maverick trying to do so, but Billy Dane, oh, that interesting entry here. What a clothesline. I want to tell. That's memorized, trying to point out maybe the Maverick. Right hand's coming down. Maverick in the wrong part of town.
I put it on easy, didn't I?
focus, escape, be alone, in the last place anyone will find me. So what am I doing now? I am married. This is the longest time I've been on for 10 years. I've been doing this since I was 13. 2 years ago, I was on top of the world. I won the Masters. I beat years around at Evolution. I then went on to become NXT 10 Women's Champion. All those accomplishments, and then look at now. When was the last time you even heard of me? I got to do that on purpose. This is calculated. Start again, play with new goals, new opponents. I needed a change of scenery. And this tennis stuff, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Like it was my other half.
I did it, Kimmy.
That if I gave him a try.
That's it.
Forever.
I'm your partner. For better or worse.
Doctor's in.
Hey, does vaping really make you more likely to get COVID?
Well, we don't have all the science on COVID-19. What we do know is that vaping can damage the lung and weaken your overall immune system. The best defense against COVID-19 is social distancing and a strong immune system. So medically, I skip the vape.
Down there, because you're all over your overall wellness. So hashtag treat yourself with the clean wrinkles of Cottonelle toilet paper and flushable wipes. The refreshingly clean routine that makes you feel like home. Inside and out, care. Down there, care with Cottonelle. The DQ Chicken Strip Basket, now with house-made Valley Ranch, is a ranch dream come true. When you dream of juicy strips, all of this, and house-made ranch. So follow your ranch dreams to DQ. Happy tastes good.
Fortunately, President Trump is leading the Chinese Administrative Administration standing up to China with a bacteria that has been for decades. Joe Biden's surely for China. President Trump made that decision before the majority of sustained criminal travel from China. And again, the one thing is that Joe Biden opposed President Trump's decision to suspend all travel from China. This is to sustain up the risk. The President Trump is still committed with the China staying strong. And when the trade relationship will be benefit and encourage China and Canada for what they did in America. How would you describe the fundamental relationship with China? Were we competitors, adversaries, enemies? We'll have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Watch 3 episodes of exclusive Max Originals. Yes.
This is a really Trump
Tell me about it.
administration's
So jump into it.
perspective and approach to China has resulted in American corn, American junk, and America's standing. There is a weird obsession that President Trump has had with getting rid of whatever accomplishment was achieved by President Obama and their Vice President Biden. For example, created within the White House an office that basically was responsible for monitoring pandemics. They got rid of it. There was a team of disease experts that President Obama and Vice President Biden dispatched to China to monitor what was expected, how predictable, and what might happen. They pulled them out. We now are looking at 210,000 Americans who have lost their their lives. Let's look at the job situation. We mentioned before the trade deal, the trade war, they wanted to call it, with China. It resulted in the loss of over 300 manufacturing jobs and a manufacturing recession. And the American consumer paid thousands of dollars more for goods because of that failed war that they called it. And let's talk about Standing. Q, a reputable research firm, has done an analysis that shows that leaders of all of our formerly allied countries have now decided that they hold in greater esteem and respect Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party, than they do Donald Trump, the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief of the United States. This is where we are today because of a failure of leadership by this administration. We've seen changes in the role of the United States in terms of global leadership over the past 4 years. And those times do change. What's your definition? We've seen strange with China, of course, as the Vice President mentioned. We've seen strange with our traditional allies in NATO and elsewhere. What is your definition of the role of American leadership in 2020? So, Joe was, I love talking to Joe about a lot of these issues. And, Joe, I think he said it quite well. He says, foreign policy might sound complicated, but really it's relationships. So just think about it as relationships. And so we know this in our personal, professional relationships. You got to keep your word to your friends. You got to be loyal to your friends. People who stood with you, you got to stand with them. You got to know who your adversaries are and keep them in check. We've seen with Donald Trump is that he has betrayed our friends and dictators around the world. Let's take, for example, Russia. So, Russia, I serve on the Intelligence Committee of the United States Senate. America's intelligence community told us Russia interfered in the election of the President of the United States in 2016 and is fired in 2020. Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, said the same. But Donald Trump, the Commander-in-Chief of the United States of America, prefers to take the word of Vladimir Putin over the word of the American intelligence community. You look at our friends at NATO. He's walked away from agreements. You can just look at the Iran nuclear deal, which now has put us in a position where we are less safe because they are building up what might end up being a significant nuclear arsenal. We were in that deal, guys. We were in the Iran nuclear deal with friends, with allies around the country. And because of Donald Trump's unilateral approach to foreign policy, coupled with his isolationism, he pulled us out and has made America less safe. So, Susan, it's about relationships. And the thing that has always been part of the strength of our nation, in addition to our great military, has been that we keep our word. But Donald Trump doesn't understand that because he doesn't understand what it means to be honest. Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President, does somebody get a chance to respond?
Thank you. President Trump kept his word when he moved to Jerusalem, the capital of the state of Israel. Joe Biden was vice president, and they promised to do that, and they did it. We stood strong with our allies. But it was undeniable. NATO was known for turning the Europe and Afghanistan never before, thanks to President Trump's leadership. We strengthened our alliances across the Asia Pacific. And we stood strong against those who would do us harm. When President Trump came into office, ISIS had captured an area of the Middle East the size of Pennsylvania. But President Trump unleashed the American military, and our armed forces destroyed the ISIS caliphate and took out their leader al-Baghdadi without one American casualty. Al-Baghdadi was responsible for the death of the night of the Americans went today with the parents will show to this town in San Francisco. Today, two of the ISIS killers responsible for killing those were brought to justice in the United States. Jihad Jones was killed in the battlefield around Florida. The reality is that when Joe Biden was vice president, we had an opportunity to save killing that's what I have to reflect on. But the military came into the Oval Office. It's not a plan to do. So they made a plan of us. That day it held for 18 months and came from most of the cities. Okay. The Vietnam was vice president that hesitated. The Armed Forces finally went in as close as they went 2 days forward. And her family says with a heart of every American woman, the president got to think of the president that they killed the people on today. We destroyed the ISIS caliphate. And you talk about re-entering the Iran nuclear deal. The last administration transferred $1.8 billion to the leading state sponsor of terrorism. President Donald Trump got us out of the deal. And Qasem Soleimani was traveling to Baghdad. It harmed to Americans. President Donald Trump took it. And America is safer. Our allies are safer. We know President Donald Trump will never take action.
I would like to return Senator Johnson to chance to respond, but not necessarily, because of course there are other topics we want to talk about. I would like to respond. Yes. Thank you. First of all, to the Lily family, I know about your daughter's case, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What happened to her is awful. And it should never happen. And I know Joe feels the same way. And I know that President Obama feels the same way. But you mentioned Soleimani. Let's start there. So after the strike on Soleimani, there was a counter strike on our troops in Iraq. And they suffered serious brain injuries, and you know what Donald Trump dismissed them as? Headaches. And this is about the pattern of Donald Trump, where he has referred to our men who are serving in our military as suckers and losers. Donald Trump, who went to Arlington Cemetery and stood above the graves of our fallen heroes and said, what's in it for them? Because of course, he only thinks about what's in it for him. Let's take what he said about John McCain, a great American hero. And Donald Trump says he doesn't deserve to be called a hero because he was a prisoner of war. And this is very important when we want to talk about who is the current commander-in-chief and what they care about and what they don't care about. Public reporting that Russia has bounties on the heads of American soldiers. And you know what bounty is? If somebody puts a price on your head and they will pay if you are killed. And Donald Trump has fought at least 6 times to buy American savings and never brought us a subject. And I would never do that. Thank you. Joe Biden will hold Russia to account for any threat to our nation's security or to our troops who are sacrificing their lives for the sake of our democracy and our safety. Thank you, Sister. This is such an important issue. We have to honor the issues as well. I'm not sure we have a chance to really talk about I'm sorry,
I can assure all of you, the sons of our citizens in the military, President Donald Trump and the United States for years always supported law enforcement and any solution to Iraq. We take that. On Monday, the Senate Judiciary Committee is scheduled to open hearings on Amy Coney Barrett's nomination for the Supreme Court. Senator Barrett will be there as a member of the committee. Her confirmation
or so. West Proxy, middle seats and master's driver. Plus, most fares start at $49 one way.
Burger King has people who describe the Whopper by heart.
And he comes to me and I got that.
Grain was real, and that's why we think the colors of flavors and preserve this artificial sweetness from Whopper. Come on, the 2 for $5 mix and match deal. Seattle's master chef.
She said, access to affordable insurance if the Affordable Care Act is cut down. Well, let me just say, the reason I raised this question, I couldn't be more proud to serve as vice president of the Stands with all politics of the state of Rhode Island. And for life, I apologize for it. This is another one of those cases where there's such a dramatic contrast. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were taxpayer-funded immigration all the way up to the end of the bill. The rate for immigration has increased funding to Planned Parenthood on America. And for our part, I would never presume that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris would ever on the Supreme Court of the United States. But we represent the state's going for the right way. And the secret of the Supreme Court, I think people really deserve an answer to the bills. Have you enjoyed Biden to the casket vote? Such as Jerry Kamala is concerned. Under the 29 vacancies in the Supreme Court in presidential election years from George Washington to Barack Obama, cases nominated in lifetime and cases. But this party is actually openly advocating that adding seats to the Supreme Court, which is the unanimous seats that haven't affected voters, if you do not, this is a classic case of overturning one by the rules, you're going to change the rules. If you refuse to answer the question, Joe Biden has refused to answer the question, then the American people would really like to know. The care for your family is to fund the Supreme Court of the United States, and you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to have the Supreme Court to keep you in. I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's see what we're going on. In 1869, I could answer that. This is what the president was making. In 1864, one of the, I think some people were also something, and I thought somebody else was talking about this, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was up for re-election. It was 27 days before the election. And a secret thing happened on May 16th. Abraham Lincoln's party was in charge not only of the White House but the Senate. But on this day, said, after making the American people deserve to make a decision about who will be the next president of the United States, and then that person can select who will serve for the first time in the highest court of our land. And so Joe and I are very clear. The American people are voting right now, and it should be their decision about who will serve in this most important body for a lifetime. So, the Kamala Harris decision is they don't vote, you don't have work to vote, you Joe Biden vote. Pass the Supreme Court if you don't get your unanimous nomination. If we ask if they go to no and say Joe Biden is for the American people deserve a straight answer, and if you haven't figured out what the straight answer is, they are going to pass the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election. You know, I got to tell you, people across this country, if you cherish our Supreme Court, if you cherish the separation of powers, you need to reject the Biden-Harris ticket, and November the 3rd, re-elect President Donald Trump. Will stand by that separation of powers in the United States Supreme Court. Yeah, let's talk about packing the court then. Let's talk about this. So, the Trump-Harris administration has been, because I sit on the Senate Judiciary Committee, so as you mentioned, and I've witnessed the appointments, for lifetime appointments to the federal courts, district courts, courts of appeal. People who are purely ideological, people who have been reviewed by legal professional organizations and found that they is not competent or substandard. And do you know that of the few people who President Trump appointed to the Court of Appeals for lifetime appointments, not one is black? This is what they've been doing. You want to talk about packing the court? Let's have that discussion.
All right, thank you, Senator. Let's go on and talk about the issue of racial justice. I just want to record before she never answered the question. So, you know, the next debate, Joe Biden will answer. I think you got to take the answer. Thank you, Vice President. In March, Congress Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician, was shot and killed after police officers executed a search warrant in a narcotics investigation broke into an apartment. The police said they identified themselves. Taylor's boyfriend said he didn't feel they did that. He used a gun registered to him to fire a shot, which wounded
targeted officers.
It's true.
The officers then fired more than 20 rounds into the apartment. They said they were acting in self-defense. None of them have been indicted in connection with the death.
In a world where quality is coming to question, know that you can put your trust in
Was justice done?
compromise
You
on
have 2 minutes. I don't believe so. I've talked with Brandon's mother to make it home and her family. And her family deserves justice. She was a beautiful young woman. She had as her life goal to become a nurse, and she wanted to become an EMT to first learn what's going on out on the street, so she could then become a nurse and save lives. And her life was taken unjustifiably and tragically and violently. And it brings me to, you know, the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that America witnessed, during which an American man was tortured and killed under the knee of an armed, uniformed police officer. And people around our country, of every race, of every age, of every gender, perfect strangers to each other, marched shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, fighting for us to finally achieve that ideal of equal justice under law. And I was a part of those peaceful protests. And I believe strongly that, first of all, we are never going to condone violence, but we always must fight for the values that we hold dear, including the fight to achieve our ideals. And that's why Joe Biden and I have said on this subject, look, and I'm a former career prosecutor. I know what I'm talking about. Bad cops are bad for good cops. We need reform of our policing in America and our criminal justice system, which is why Joe and I will immediately ban chokeholds and carotid holds. George Floyd would be alive today if we did that. We will require a national registry for police officers who break the law. We will, on the issue of criminal justice reform, get rid of private prisons and cash bail, and we will decriminalize marijuana, and we will expunge the records of those who have been affected of marijuana. This is behind the leadership on a tragic issue. There are 2 million black people in America. We can change the Harris. Vice President, let me pose the same question to you. In the case of your was justice done? You have 2 minutes.
com/55.
Well, I have worse medicine and medicine right now. My family ran killers and sympathies. But I trust my justice system. The grand jury that refused to leave. And the real remarkable is the private prosecutor. You would assume that in a criminal grand jury, looking at all the evidence, but the attorney is me. But with regard to George Floyd, there's no excuse for what happened to George Floyd. And justice will be served. But there's also no excuse for the rioting and the looting that's happening. I mean, it really is astonishing. Before this stuff was really speaking about something else. Just 2 weeks ago, I saw that what used to be this lawn was burned to the ground by rioters and looters. And Florida is still trying to talk to the life back together. And I just feel this presumption can be very consistent. This is your one of the country that the American society is racist. And as Joe Biden said, that he believes that law enforcement has an implicit bias against minorities. Is it believed? So the men and women who serve law enforcement, I want everyone in America, just like the uniform law enforcement every day. President Trump and I stand with you. And it's remarkable that when Secretary State tried to pass the police reform bill, not together a group of Republicans and Democrats, said, you're going to walk out of the room. And then you filibuster some of the Wisconsin, we're on the same floor that we provided
I would not sit here and be elected as vice president on what it means to enforce the laws of our country. I'm the only one on the stage who's personally prosecuted everything from child sexual assault to homicide. I'm the only one on the stage who's prosecuted the big banks for taking advantage of America's homeowners. I'm the only one on the stage who prosecuted for private colleges for taking advantage of our veterans. And the reality of this is that we are talking about an election in 27 days. Well, last week, the President of the United States took a debate stage in front of 70 million Americans and refused to condemn white supremacists. And it wasn't like he didn't have a chance. He didn't do it, and then he doubled down. And then he said, when pressed, stand back, stand by. And this is a part of a pattern of Donald Trump's. He calls Mexicans rapists and criminals. He instituted as his first act of Muslim ban, he unleashed Charlottesville, where people were peacefully protesting the need for racial justice, where a young woman was killed, and on the other side there were neo-Nazis carrying tiki torches, shouting racial epithets, anti-Semitic slurs, and Donald Trump, when asked about it, said there were fine people on both sides. This is who we have as the President of the United States. In America, you deserve better. Joe Biden will be a president who brings our country together and recognizes the beauty in our diversity and the fact that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Vice President, let me give you a minute to respond.
Thanks, Priscilla. I appreciate that very much. You know, I think it's one of the things that makes people dislike the media so much in this country. So, is that you selectively edit just like Senator Harris did. And that's the President Trump and I and others on our side of the aisle. Senator Harris conveniently have made that point. After the President made comments about people on either side of the debate over monuments, he condemned the KKK, neo-Nazis, and white supremacists, and has done so repeatedly. Your conservative doesn't condemn neo-Nazis. President Trump has Jewish grandchildren. His daughter and son-in-law are Jewish. This is a president who respects and cherishes all of the American people. But you talk about having personally prosecuted, I think to go through that. I really need to make this point. When you were in San Francisco, when you looked at this, African Americans were 19 times more likely to be prosecuted for minor drug offenses than the rest of the South. And you were trying to do something like that. You increased the deportation of incarceration of Africans and you did nothing at all to address this reform in California. You didn't lift a finger to pass the first step back on Capitol Hill. The reality is, good work is programs something like a thought for criminal justice reform. First of all, having served as the Attorney General of the state of California, the work that I did is a model of what our nation needs to do, and we will be able to do it under a Joe Biden presidency. Our agenda includes what this administration has failed to do. It will be about not only instituting a ban on chokeholds and practice. I would think you know, I would like to go through. Because they're still by the line, recognizing
forward, and again, I will not be lectured by the Vice President on our record of what we have done in terms of law enforcement and keeping our communities safe and a commitment to reforming the criminal justice system of America. Thank you, Senator Harris. I'd like to pose the first, I'd like you to respond first to the question on that final topic, the election itself. President Trump has several times refused to commit himself to a peaceful transfer of power after the election. If your ticket runs and President Trump refuses to accept a peaceful transfer of power, what steps would you and Vice President Biden then take to next? We have 2 minutes. So, clearly, Joe and I are particularly proud of the coalition we've built in our campaign. We probably have one of the broadest coalitions of voters this year, everything in the government here. The support of Democrats, but also independents, the Republicans. There's been 7 members of President George W. Bush's cabinet are supporting our ticket. We have the support of Colin Powell, Cindy King, John Kasich, over 500 generals, retired generals, and former national security experts and advisors are supporting our campaign. And I believe they are doing that because they know that Joe Biden has a deep, deep-seated commitment to fight for our democracy and to fight for the integrity of our democracy and to bring integrity back to the White House. And so we believe in the American people. We believe in our democracy. And here's what I'd like to say to everybody. Vote. Please vote. Vote early. Come up with a plan to vote. Go to ivovote.com. You can also go to joebiden.com. We have it within our power in these next 27 days to make the decision about what will be the course of our country for the next 4 years. And it is within our power, and if we use our vote and we use our voice, we will win. And we will not let anyone subvert our democracy with what Donald Trump has been doing, as he did on the debate stage last week, when again in front of 70 million people, he openly attempted to suppress the vote. Joe Biden, on the other hand, on that same debate stage, because clearly Donald Trump doesn't think he can run on the record because it's a fixed record, Joe Biden on that stage said, hey, just please vote. So I'll repeat what Joe said. Please vote. Thank you, Senator. Vice President, President Trump has several times refused to commit himself to a peaceful transfer of power after the election. If Vice President Biden is declared the winner and President Trump refuses to accept a peaceful transfer of power, what would be your role and responsibility as Vice President? What would you personally do in that transfer? This is the first one. Fighting for their dignity. I mean, you have to know Joe's story to know that Joe has known pain, he has known suffering, and he has known love. And so, Brooklyn, when we think about the future, I do believe the future is bright. And it will be because of your leadership. And it will be because we fight for each person's voice through their vote and we get engaged in this election because you have the ability through your work and through eventually your vote to determine the future of our country and what its leadership looks like.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Thank you, Vice President Holmes. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We want to thank also the University of Utah for its hospitality, and most of all, our thanks to all the Americans who watched this debate tonight. Again, our best wishes for a quick recovery to President Trump, the First Lady, and everyone who has been COVID-19. The second presidential debate is next week, October 15th. The town hall debate in Miami. If you can join us then.
Like to come on to the back.
I have no idea if the last resolution you like theirs. What is the difference in evenings? Two very different personalities on the stage tonight. They show their personalities.
Susan Page, our president of the board,
How they reacted, you know,
death toll numbers notwithstanding. He accused Democrats of playing politics with people's lives. Again, the death toll numbers notwithstanding. Social media held its own viewing party, as often happens.
When it comes to his performance, it was more standard. There is, I think, a disparity in terms of some of the unanswered questions. Both of them did a lot of dodging. Harris wouldn't answer the question about the court packing, and that's significant, and Biden and Harris should answer it. But on the other hand, Pence wouldn't answer the question about why the U.S. death rate from COVID is so much worse than any other wealthy country, and he wouldn't commit to a peaceful transfer of power. So while they both dodged questions, I can't help but think these ones that Pence dodged are somewhat more significant.
And I can add another one to that that's very significant. He wouldn't answer how a second term of the Trump administration would preserve pre-existing condition promises that is under Obamacare, which they're trying to do away with in the court. I agree with you. Our hearts are racing a little bit less right now than they were last week. This was
about the fly and the ivory thing. They were visually distracting and strange things. I don't think we need to draw on. Not everybody knows what they were, but those were the oddities of this debate. Two weird things. One thing, something going on with Mike Pence's eye and that fly that nested in his hair uncomfortably for the length of an entire question. Other than that, it was like a visit to normal politics land, which is fine and to be expected when it comes to Senator Harris, who has been a mainstream Democratic politician essentially her whole life, even though she's had an interesting sort of rise to the place that she's in right now in the party. But Mike Pence was visiting from another world in which the Donald Trump presidency is a normal Republican presidency, and he's defending it on normal Republican terms, which sort of, I think, would have made for potentially a consequential debate if Pence was describing a presidency that existed. Maybe that's the way it exists in his own mind, but it's not the presidency that we've all lived through. And so he was defending something that's nothing like what we've lived through. Yeah. And trying to talk Senator Harris into the idea that she's the one who would represent a significant departure from the norms of American civility and moderation that he and Donald Trump represent. So it's just, I don't think this debate is going to move the needle either way. I don't think either candidate surprised. The surprise was in
did in 2016 was to soften Donald Trump for women voters, for white women voters. He doesn't have black women, he'll never get it. But to get white suburban women to at least consider maybe not abandoning him, that voted for him before, he said no. The other thing, so the only time that these debates have mattered are when the presidential candidate has stumbled dramatically. So Vice President Cheney's performance really mattered, because Bush bombed so badly. I think Vice President Biden's performance, I think David Blunt would say, mattered in 12 because President Obama hadn't really seen that first debate. But this could have mattered. I don't think it did. But I think the women are gone. I mean, Tim Alberta wrote a piece earlier this week and tweeted today that the collapse that Trump is seeing in the polling is because white college-educated women have fled and all white women have fled this ticket. The problem tonight is that Vice President Pence appeared flaccid and anemic, and that's going to hurt him as men. I mean, the only people that they still have in their coalition after last week's barn burner from Trump were the sort of grievance voter that is a very vocal and animated part of the Trump base. This performance will not land well with them. The only time he swung to life tonight, and I wonder if, their social media and the background conversations of people in contact with anyone in Trump orbit are all about whether or not it's the steroid rage or just Donald Trump, feeling grumpy about the polls and starting his performance. I think there are going to be questions about whether he's not feeling that great after this performance. It was anemic. You can foresee this. The only time that he came to life was when he prosecuted Senator Harris for not answering his question. And again, he hadn't yet responded in full to a single question from the moderator. And he was on, you think about where the polls are right now. They're on the defense. If you go through the first two questions are about COVID. They're down double digits on COVID to the Biden ticket. The third one was about the economy. He's down 2 points nationally on the economy. They didn't get themselves on offense in any structural way that'll change the dynamics of this race. I do think that the COVID, we knew that COVID was going to be the heart of the debate. And starting with that, and they went beyond, I think, the first 10 minutes of the debate on that. I thought that every bit of that was, I thought the questions were well framed. I thought that the answers from Senator Harris were devastating. She essentially gave
Being on that stage to go after Vice President Pence was that fly that landed on his head. And
arguably one of the most interesting things
Senator Anderson.
Thanks very much. The fly certainly got a lot of attention online. Let's just quickly go around. David Axelrod, your thoughts?
My feeling is that they both probably got some of the points they wanted to get in. They both avoided questions, so Pence was a serial evader, but probably left feeling good about the points that he made. She, I thought, clocked him on the biggest issue of the moment, which is the coronavirus, which is how the debate started. But on the bottom line, I don't think this changes anything. This ticket, Biden and the Harris were 10 points ahead going in. I'd be very surprised to see much movement in the polls here. And in that sense, it's a good night for Biden. She held her own. The race is where it was. The race is going in this direction right now.
No, I think that Pence made a lot of the points that the administration would want him to make. And he made them very well because the President of the United States really did not make them well and made no points at all last week. I think Kamala Harris took him on COVID and did that really well. She did not answer the question on court packing, which we know that Joe Biden doesn't want to answer because, as he says, it's a distraction from the question about the Supreme Court. But I'll tell you something else that was interesting to me. We know how Pence feels about Roe versus Wade. Speaking of the Supreme Court, he said he is proudly pro-life, but he didn't answer the question directly on Roe. Did not. Now the question was asked: what would you do with the state of Indiana? Would you then say, okay, you shouldn't have abortions in the state of Indiana? Went right by it because he knows where American public opinion is, and American public opinion is overwhelmingly saying, don't get rid of Roe v. Wade. So he knew how to evade when he had to evade, and he knew how to shift when he needed to shift. And then I thought one moment that was sort of stunning to me was when he kept using the Pat Moynihan phrase, you're entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts. Are you kidding me? Coming from the Trump administration? What?
Look, this may not matter for the election,
matter for history. A black woman went out there. 9 minutes later, nobody. You might like her answer. I like it. Like nobody is saying she could not be president of the United States. She cleared that bar. It is off the table, and that's important because this is a moment in history in which that is an issue. Also, she started strong. She beat the crap out of him on COVID. It was embarrassing, and she ended strong on justice. In the middle, she had to walk that tightrope that you've seen women of color and all women have to walk of being strong but not too strong, being firm, and she got run over by Pence over and over again. The moderator did nothing about it, but she kept her poise, she kept her composure, and she did great.
Now, I would make the comment that I don't think that's what was going on. No offense to your comment about being a woman of color. I think this was a much simpler calculation. Play it safe. You got a big lead. You do not want to do anything that could create a moment. And pushing back and being overly. She was not overly assertive throughout this entire debate.
This was a mansplainer, and I get Mike mansplainer.
I understand that, but either Kamala went in there would be, I think, and this is the advice I think they probably gave. Don't create a moment where you're gonna incite great friction, right? You want to be calm. You want to show that you're presidential, and so I think she just let it pass. I don't think it has anything to do with the color of her skin. I think you're 10 points up. You want to get through this thing and not have.
I tell you,
I'm doing the review of it, and I'm seeing the Biden headquarters. The one thing that I think was really a lost opportunity was when he completely evaded the question on what their plan is for people with pre-existing conditions. That is the issue that took Republicans down in 2008. And that was a missed opportunity.
Because there is a good answer, and for some reason, this administration, which has in my opinion, a very good record on healthcare, all the things that they've done to improve Obamacare, candidly, and to reduce prices, they have. Oh my goodness, they've done tons of things by executive order to actually make Obamacare.
Don't think he gained any ground, and boy did he need to. Kamala, on the other hand, she was strong, she was in command, and she had a hint of joy. There is something about Kamala that connects with people because you sense that there is joyfulness in her spirit. And this country needs that right now. I thought she showed off her foreign policy chops in a very strong way. I think she did a good job acquainting the country with who she is and where she came from. I really do think that what she needed tonight is for the United States of America to be comfortable with Kamala Harris. And I think she accomplished that tonight. I'm not sure it moves the polls anyway, but underneath it, I think it was a better night for Kamala Harris, certainly, than it was for Mike Pence. Michael Steele, when Kamala Harris turned to the camera and said at the end of the healthcare answer, if you have a pre-existing condition, they're coming for you. If you are 26 and you're on your parents' health insurance, they are coming for you. She did that whole litany about what it would mean to lose the ACA. I felt like that was a moment where it was prosecutor Kamala Harris and also a thing that he would remember from the moment. What did you think about moments like that and the type of performance that Senator Harris put in altogether?
I thought that was a defining moment, and it really kind of, I think it stung a little bit more than probably Pence thought it would, because she did prosecute it. There were times where she backed off of prosecuting a point or two, I thought, where she could have leaned in a little bit harder, particularly on the handling of COVID-19, as well as a couple of others. But overall, I think she did very well. She stayed out of some of the traps that were set. However, the fact of the matter is, and I said this before, I was hoping I had a chance to say it earlier when we were together, the one thing about Pence, knowing him as I do, and having worked with him and seeing his type of politician before, that whole all shucks, let me go check with my wife first kind of demeanor is killer in a debate, because it pulls you into conversations that have nothing to do with the question that's asked. He doesn't answer the questions. He's very adept.
But did you notice the smile that was on her face at the time
when she, and that's hard when you're getting interrupted constantly. And then she would say, and maybe she did create a meeting, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking, right? And she kept saying that to him as if to say, I'm not finished. And then he would sort of plow ahead. And I think that women watching that, I mean, they have a huge gender gap, but women watching that are going to say, wait a minute. He was,
don't make the claim that
Mr.
he interrupted her repeatedly, because he didn't interrupt her repeatedly. He interrupted the moderator and he continued answering questions beyond her time. But
Not answering.
He didn't. Yeah, no,
But I need another minute to answer that.
Yes, it did interrupt her. I
he
mean,
went on
it's not more than you would see in any other.
He did the things that was expected of him with this face. I agree with the senator. Now, it doesn't really change a lot of the formulation of things, but in terms of the debate performance and what was expected, I think he came into the game and did the lift that Trump didn't do last week. And Kamala had actually an easier task in some respects, because what she had to do was make sure that what Joe Biden wanted to get said and done from last week got said and done, which it did. But she did so in a way that was commanding. It was respectful of the process, because there are a number of times I thought the sister was going to lean across that plexiglass and smack the you know what out of him for interrupting her. Because, like my friend said, like Joy said, hey, you saw the look, right? So yeah, I'm going to give credit where it's due on both sides. Like these candidates came in and represented their teams the way they needed to. And I think that was particularly important for Pence, given the performance of the president last week.
And I know Michael's wife, so I know he probably gets that look every so often.
And fear is palpable from here. Actually, I'm actually a little scared.
Can I ask you something real Michael said about that? Do you think this was a performance? I mean, you're talking about sort of political subtleties. You're talking about the Pence skill set that Donald Trump doesn't appreciate that, those sort of tools in the toolbox. I thought this was a lifeless performance from Pence. And I don't know that someone like Donald Trump, who is literally a caged patient, if nothing else, is going to be animated by some of the subtleties in the Pence performance that you just spoke to.
I agree with that. I think in some respects the president was probably reeling in whatever chair he's sitting in. But the fact of the matter is, and I take some credit to the point, give some credit to the point that was made earlier, that maybe he wasn't feeling all that well, because there were a couple of moments where it sort of came across that there was something else going on. But that's also Pence's style. I mean, he's not the most animated person in the world.
Actually, we defeated ISIS, which was in the Kurdish area, and we have autonomous region of that government that actually doing well.
I'm going to tell you a couple of things. First of all, I think it's very, very clear that tonight, Kamala Harris took you guys to the woodshed on the stuff that we care about the most in this country. When it comes to the economy, justice, and COVID, she was toe-to-toe with your best person. You said yourself, Mike Pence is the best guy you got. He gave his best, and it was toe-to-toe on everything that counts. They didn't get enough into the foreign policy, but I don't see how you can sit here and say you're proud of what Donald Trump has done to our relationships, to our reputations around the world. It's absurd. And we are allowed to stop on planet Earth because of Donald Trump. He cannot be trusted. With the way that he pulled out on the courts was completely erratic. And he said he's just as erratic right now in the White House by tweeting right now some stuff. And just up on Pence right now.
I can go down a laundry list of countries, Dan, if you want to, about how our relationships are far superior now than they were under Barack. Let's take Ukraine for one. Putin, you got a better relationship with Putin. No. Actually, Ukraine, we actually are arming Ukrainians as opposed to allowing them to the Russians to invade and take Crimea. But there are real issues here. You're blowing the contrast. You're missing. I think the fact that you pointed out that Biden was not for taking out Osama bin Laden, criticized us taking out.
Haven't we actually endangered the credibility of the new Ukrainian regime far more than any enemy could ever of Ukraine? I mean, the president has made the president of Ukraine look like a laughing stock.
Well, that was because of an investigation that took place when someone else because he tried to corrupt.
Anyway, it's ancient history, but in terms of the debate, did this move the needle?
No, I don't think it did. I don't think it moved the needle at all. And I think it's probably pretty frustrating for people to watch because they got asked questions and they didn't answer them. and particularly Mike Pence. You know, when you get asked one question and then you want to pivot and turn to another question. Neither one of them talked about the age of their candidate, for example, and talked about the conversations that
Let's go back to the hurricane. All right, y'all. That was gonna be it for me this evening. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I'm out. See you this weekend.